Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 60 of Europa Universalis IV as Venice, Italy. I think this is going to be the final video in this campaign because I've got Mare Nostrum coming out next week. And what I want to be able to do is try and take the remaining provinces of Spain. If I can't get it all done in this video, I may go on to one extra video for the week after. We'll have to see how it works out. I have rushed this campaign a little bit to try and take all of the stuff that I need, but I do want to try and get all of the provinces to say that I have a hold on the entire Mediterranean coast, which means I'm going to try and take everything up to and including Cadiz, which means I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces from Spain. Should be doable. My truce with Spain has just ended, so what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and declare the war on Spain right the way. The reason I want to do that is because I want to do it before they enter into a coalition with me. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go and declare the war. I'm not going to co-belligerize anybody. I do not have any... what's the words I'm looking for here? I do not have any allies in this war. So I do have to be careful. I have some ships that I can use. I am going to go and blockade where I can. Now, Fazan hopefully will deal with Portugal's troops down here. Spain do have a lot of guys up here. They're actually moving through France. I might be able to try and sort of catch them. We're actually movement locked here. One thing we do want to do is just go into religion and turn on our sort of war thing to make us stronger. So we can't actually get through France. I'm not too sure where those guys are going. So as they're bringing their army out to meet me, we've run into Portugal here. We do not have a leader. Let's detach a siege and just move in to there. So where are you guys thinking about going? You're thinking of going into that fort, are you? That's fine. We'll go ahead and meet you in the middle. You're not going to get away. And we should crush the Spanish army right there. We've crushed the Portuguese army. You are the group that should have been in that one. There we go. This shouldn't actually, hopefully, shouldn't be too difficult. We've got enough men around to deal with this. We just need to make sure that nobody else coalitions us while we are sort of waiting. We've already got a few provinces. There's going to be a few ships sunk because they got forced out. So let's go ahead and obviously make sure we siege out all of the provinces that we need. Not too sure if we're going to be able to chase the Spanish army down. We might actually, depending on where they go. They're actually stopping there. They've just got a morale recovery tick, which is unfortunate. But if we detach a siege and move in, we can do another massive amount of damage to them. And we did actually stack wipe them. Brilliant. Just stack wipe the Spanish army. Portuguese army's still going. That's fine. You can't get there. You're stuck behind some sort of fort. Okay. Well, that's okay. We don't mind that too much. A lot of the provinces that I'm taking here aren't... don't have forts. So they're being relatively quick and easy to take. Just move this ship down here. We've gained an extra light, which I don't particularly want or need, so I'll just get rid of it. So yeah, we'll just move in down here and start taking all of these. Cede Napoli to Italy. Naples' opinion changes. Italy loses their claim on Napoli. Yeah, well, we'll lose the claim on it. I mean, we don't need it. We're already integrating them. And we're back into positive diplomatic power now, so we should be able to start. Yeah, we're making progress now on that integration. Finally. So let's go ahead and assign a leader over here where we can, because Portugal are about to suicide into this province, so we'll let them get locked. Still can't see the lock. There they are. So let's move into there, and we will move into there. Goodbye Portugal's army. And Naples is coming in to help as well. All very good, thank you. So you can move down into there. We've got a 70 stat there, which we really don't need. So let's move half of you up here. Shouldn't take long at all to get full occupation of Spain the way we are going. So we've got a few more conversions we can do. There's another one. It's always good to have these conversions going on while you're actually at war, because you get religious fervour for doing so. Let's just go ahead and detach a siege up here. I want to go and wipe out these armies. I don't really want them to take these provinces back. Not that it would be a hardship to take them back myself, but, you know, it's just... It's quicker if we don't have to do that. There we go. You can move back there now. And you go around there. In fact, you can just move into there. That'll be fine. Okay. Now, in a moment, when we gain Naples, we're probably just going to go excruciatingly over the force limit, because Naples have a lot of troops up here. 31k for Naples, although some of that might be... No, it's all Naples. It is absolutely all Naples. So, you guys are stuck behind Sevilla's fort. You can move into that. Spain are getting pretty heavily crushed right now, it has to be said. Let's get you into Leon. You guys are trying to move down there. Let's go and stop you from doing that. And we'll just start pushing forwards with the armies to stop Spain being able to move in. Portugal do still have an army. If anybody tries any funny business, it's probably going to be Portugal. You guys are still being cheeky and trying to take provinces back. We should get Leon very quickly, so we'll do that and move in. We do want to try and take out Galicia, so we will try and do that. More conversions. Let's get you up to here. See where that Portuguese army thinks it's trying to go. So we've already got a lot of Spain sort of sorted out. Absent merchant. We don't want to lose the Diplo power. Aleppo, we'll just take that hit there. Let's go and catch you guys. Of course, if we move out of Leon, we'll lose that to Galicia, but that's fine. Just want to try and capture some of these short stacks. Integration is a slow process, but we have integrated Naples. So we've just suddenly gained a ton of units over here. We're probably well over the force limit now. We're actually not. We're actually still 10 below the force limit. That's fantastic. So, yep, we'll just slowly carry on. We do need to take Sevilla out before we can move a lot of these units in. And Naples was Catholic, so we do need to sort of start trying to flip those over. Let's turn the trade off and keep the war one going. That is going to be more useful to us. We've nearly got 100% occupation on Spain. Not quite, but as soon as this fort falls, it's going to be easy. I need to stop auto-pausing the game. It's just what I tend to constantly do all the time. Brandenburg doesn't need military access. Scandinavia doesn't need military access. Look at that. Parts of France entering into alliances with parts of Spain. Got some units up there that might try and do something a little bit naughty. As you guys aren't doing an awful lot. You guys can get in here, though, can't you? You don't have a leader, though. Can wait there for the time being. It's going to be difficult to get a 100% war score against Spain, because we're not just against Spain, we're also against their... well, Spanish Canada's the only other one there, so that's not too bad, I suppose. That needs to hurry up and fall. It's taking far too long. They've formed up into a 2-stack there. What are you doing over here, France? Oh, France are actually in a war with them now. Well, at least France aren't actually going to get any of the... provinces that I want in this war, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, France are just going to sit there now. Let me just go and in fact, let's go and split this army up, and half of you can go over there and wipe that out. France probably won't try and take that. They may do. They may try and take that province. The more provinces I can take, the better. Yeah, they've got some sitting there. They're going to take those provinces. We should get this one. We should be okay with that. Siege of Galicia is now over. So let's start moving into Portugal. We're still blocked by this fort, so let's move in there and do that properly. What have we got going on down here? Sevilla has fallen, so you guys can move into there. We can now move in onto Portugal's army. I'm going to go in with these guys first, because they'll keep them busy until the rest of the guys arrive. And then you guys are going to split up. I don't think there's any forts down there, so we should be able to get both of those quickly. One of these stacks has a leader, the other one does not. We should be able to stack wipe Portugal. In fact, they might just... No, I thought they were going to get a recovery tick. They did not. Lost an advisor again. Fantastic. Let's take the Diplo rep guy. Spain want peace. I want peace, you know. Spain, I really do. But I want a specific peace where I get all of your stuff. In particular, all of this stuff. And they're willing to do it, actually. They're willing to do it. Let's go ahead and war reps. Let's go ahead and take all of your money. Let's go ahead and end the war. Again, we're stupidly overextended. I didn't even... We're not 100%. I didn't even look... I didn't even look to see how much aggressive expansion I was going to get from all of that. Going from experience and without actually looking at the aggressive expansion screen, I'm going to go with lots. That's what I'm choosing to go with here. How much aggressive expansion did I get for doing that? Lots. We'll do conversions where we can. Probably not going to get it all done before the end of this video. You guys group up. Some of these guys obviously belonged to Naples, which is why we've got some sort of funny numbers here. Dock up the ships. We can do a bit of repair work with them. Again, negative diplomatic points now. Now, the problem I've got now is I've got no alliances and I've got a lot of aggressive expansion. And we can actually take the next military tech if we want to. Stay ahead of the curve. Like I said, I wouldn't normally have gone quite this aggressive. Let's go ahead and... well, we don't need any of them in particular. We'll just keep the guy we've got. You guys are getting attrition. I guess you are in the mountains, so that does kind of make sense. So let's split you up and move half of you here. Let's split you up and move half of you here. So... let's just see if we can get rid of all of this aggressive expansion. Well, we're not going to get rid of all of it, because we've got quite a lot of it against Spain, Savoy, Austria, France. That's never going to go away. Although, saying that, our relationship with France isn't terrible. Negative 39, have a core. The aggressive expansion is the big thing. If we didn't have this aggressive expansion against France, we could probably actually ally them again. Our improved relations is currently capped, but yeah, it's that aggressive expansion. It's going down by 4.2 per year, which is pretty good. Obviously, they desire quite a lot of provinces which are their own core provinces. And they can just go and wreck Spain now. I'm not too bothered about that. But as a nation, we've done quite well. We literally own the entire coast of the Mediterranean. So I'm not sure whether in reality Sevilla counts as being part of the Mediterranean. I would have assumed, my geography is not that great, and I've said it many times before, quite honest about that. I would assume that the Mediterranean Sea is the inland bit between the Straits of Gibraltar and Constantinople. So we have all of the coastal provinces from Cadiz all the way around the south coast of Spain, all the way around the south coast of France, through what used to be sort of Savoy, all of Italy, all of Sicily, Cagliari and all of the Mediterranean islands, the Baleares and Malta. We also own, again, what was originally Venice, Gors, which was originally an Austrian core. We've got all of these provinces down the coast of what I think would originally have belonged to like Bosnia. Some of it belonged to Hungary, I think. And then down through into Greece, an area that used to belong to the Ottomans. And the Ottomans don't even bother with me now. The Ottomans just, yeah, they know that's a bad idea. And not only have we taken all of that, but we've still got all of the coast all the way down through Turkey, all the way down into the Middle East, around the coast down towards where the Suez Canal would be, which we never did get to build, but all the way down through towards Egypt, where we actually do control Cairo. And from there, we do actually own a relatively decent chunk of Saudi Arabia. And we've also sort of moved down in towards the sort of northeastern coast of Africa. And then obviously there's Fezzan, which, while it's not directly me, Fezzan is my vassal. They're a march. Now, I can't actually integrate them. I could do, but the problem is you can't integrate a march. So you have to revoke their march status, which gives you a stability hit. Now, the stability hit's not a problem, but it does give you minus 200 relationship penalty with that particular vassal, when obviously you need plus 190 to integrate. So it takes an awfully long time to burn away that penalty. One thing that you can do is you can, I think it's if you've got full diplomatic ideas, maybe? It might be full diplomatic. Can never remember. Diplomatic ideas, lowered impact on stability from diplomatic actions. So if you've got diplomatic ideas, you can revoke the march status from a march, and as a result, they will... you won't take the stability hit, but you will still take the negative 200 penalty. So it still takes a long time to actually get them to integrate. But Fezzan control all of the coast of North Africa, all the way from Alexandria, which is still controlled by me, but all the way through what would have been... this doesn't really matter. All the way through what would have been Tunis. I can't even remember who half of these belonged to originally. Yeah, Tunisia. We'll just lose the tradition. So all the way through what would have been Tunisia, through what would have been Morocco, even some of these bits that belonged to Spain and Portugal. And we've actually gone well past Tangiers, and we've gone all the way down the sort of coast of West Africa here, all the way down to Agadir. I am really pleased with that. I haven't played a Merchant Republic for a very, very long time. Starting off as Venice, we had it nice and easy early on in the game because I was allied with France, Austria, and Commonwealth, which meant that I could pretty much beat up on the Ottomans and anybody else I wanted without fear of a coalition, because I was friendly with all the biggest, stompiest players on the map. But that same thing that made the early game easy did potentially stall my progress, because it's very, very difficult when you've got a big alliance chain to be able to pick off one of those people in particular. And of course, that individually they're very strong. Austria is very strong, especially if they are the emperor. This Austria is blobbed out quite a bit because it owns most of what would have been Burgundy. And obviously, if Austria is the emperor, then if you attack them directly, you end up fighting the HRE. So I had to find a way to get to Austria. I only wanted one province from them, but I had to find a way to get to Austria without bringing in the entire HRE, France, and the Commonwealth. Likewise, I also had to find a way to go to war with France without bringing in the Commonwealth. I did previously break their relationship with Austria. We actually got lucky. I mean, I wasn't originally going to co-belligerize France in that previous war. And the reason for that is I didn't want them to bring the Commonwealth in. But luckily, just by a miracle, a stroke of luck, just before I was about to declare my war on Savoy to bring in France, some war kicked off where the Commonwealth and France ended up on opposite sides. That allowed me to declare war on Savoy. I still had to do it through Savoy because I had an alliance with France. If I'd have broken the alliance, then I'd have had that 5-year truce. But it allowed me to still declare on Savoy, but this time it allowed me to co-belligerize France because it wouldn't have brought the Commonwealth in there at war with them, which meant that I could take all the stuff I needed. So if I hadn't have co-belligerized France, I wouldn't have been able to have taken all the stuff I wanted in a single war. So I'm really, really glad that I did that. But hopefully, if this campaign has shown you anything, it has shown you that even the little guys can win against the big guys. And even if those big guys have a lot of big alliance chains, you've just got to be careful and look for ways to exploit their relationships. If they are friendly or allied with somebody who is very weak, who you can pick on, use them to bring them into the war. I think personally, what they should have done is they should have made it so that if you have an alliance with somebody, you can't co-belligerize them. They've already made it so that you can't break an alliance and instantly attack them. So you can't declare war on someone you're allied with. if you break the alliance, you've got to wait 5 years before you can declare war on them. So why can you co-belligerize them? You shouldn't be able to co-belligerize them if they are your ally. That's my opinion anyway. But if we weren't able to do that, I'd have never been able to take what I wanted from France. Anyway, the reason I've been waffling on is because while we've been doing that, we have managed to get rid of all of our overextension, which now means we have cores on all of our provinces. And if we just zoom out a little bit and look at our diplomatic map mode, we don't have any allies at the moment. We'll just quickly go and look at that. So if we look at our relationships, we have one relationship, which is Fazan, which is our March. So everything you see on the map that is either green or this sort of turquoise colour belongs to us. Obviously, the turquoise colour is Fazan. All of the green is Italy. And of course, we don't even have any overseas provinces, any distant overseas provinces, because every single province that we own, even this one all the way down here, is directly connected to our capital in Rome. So because of that, it's all Italy. Even though it's on a different continent, it's all connected. There's no exclave. It's all one big nation. So I'm really, really happy with how that went. I'm really, really pleased with that. So what I'm going to do here is we will go and we'll quit the game, see what the scoreboard is. I don't normally do this. I will just go and save at this point in case I decide to do something with it later. The problem is, of course, that when the Mare Nostrum expansion comes out, then it's this save game's not going to work anyway unless I roll back to an older version. France is kicking Spain's arse completely there. So let's go ahead and exit to main menu. So here we go. We can see what we got here. So wasn't an Iron Man. We were top in score. So we did very, very well there. Not too sure what this historical score things are, but we've had the largest army, the largest navy, the most provinces, the highest province value, the highest income, and the highest trade income. We had a force limit of 356 by the end of the game. With 133,000 manpower. We had 197,000 infantry, 101,000 artillery, 106 lights. And, yeah, I think we did pretty well. Our religious unity was still 122% at the end of the game, despite sort of going for Reformed when I originally wanted to try and get Protestant. Ended up being one of the few Reformed nations in Europe, which makes it very, very difficult to get those relationships with your neighbours. We almost finished our fifth idea group. We almost finished influence ideas. But overall, I am really, really happy with how this campaign went. So thanks a lot, guys, for sticking with me for 60 episodes. I'll see you next time when hopefully we can try something with Mare Nostrum. I still haven't decided exactly who I will be playing as, because I do want to sort of show off some of the new features in Mare Nostrum, but at the same time I also want to try and maybe do something a little bit different. And of course, a lot of YouTubers that play EU4 will also be covering Mare Nostrum, and you tend to find people start doing the same things over and over again. Like when the Cossacks came out, almost everyone was playing Hordes, and it's like, well, I don't want to play Hordes, I want to do something different. But I'll give that a think. Haven't received my copy of Mare Nostrum from Paradox yet. Even if I do get one, it probably won't be in advance. So there might be a little 1 week gap or something on the EU4 front. I'll have to have a look. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been an absolutely fantastic ride. I've enjoyed every minute of this game, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye for now.